Hey everyone, welcome back to another wrestling episode on a Wednesday. So, a wrestling episode on a Wednesday either means another review or we're doing our monthly state of wrestling, which is the latter today. We're doing a little commentary on where we think the month of November was, where we think it's going to go in December. Looking forward to full gear and this coming weekend. And there's also historic crossover this weekend. So we're going to be reviewing those shows as well. So stay tuned for that next week. We have a Survivor Series little special episode coming out in a few weeks as well, right before Survivor Series. So stay tuned for that. So when you guys want to know when all these episodes are going to drop, there's a little subscribe button right at the bottom and a little bell. Hit those two buttons. It costs you nothing, and you know when all the wrestling episodes are gonna drop. And it also helps me out. It gets more people to see our wrestling content, which is what we want. So with that out of the way, once again, Campo, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. So our little state of wrestling that we do now has become a monthly thing.
I think it is. I like we could have held off for a bit here too, but I felt like enough stuff has happened
Yeah.
that there's just stuff that needs to be talked about, and it
Yeah.
also lets me be able to talk about these things.
It
It's
gives you
just
an outlet, gives us both an outlet.
so what I was gonna say in the last video that we did was I think this is a proposition for you in front of everybody, so you have
Mhm.
no choice but to accept it.
Sure.
We did NWA.
Yep.
Hard times. And with that, I think our general focus on these reviews is going to be WWE, New Japan, AEW, and
Slash Ring
then
of Honor.
Ring of Honor. Yeah, with that, and then Impact probably.
Yeah.
But I think with the other companies like NWA, I'm not going to sit here and review every NWA pay per view, but I think maybe we do the big ones like Triple Mania
Yeah.
for AAA and CMLL, whatever that
Yeah.
is. Maybe for the upcoming stuff with um, Pro Wrestling Noah or All
Yeah.
Japan, whatever their big WrestleMania event is.
Or
I
if
think
there's a special
a
event,
special event, yeah,
like the Ric
like
Flair,
or
the
Muda,
Ricky Steamboat one coming up in a few
yeah,
weeks
or the Great Muda event with
on New Year's Day.
yeah. So I think we're gonna
Yeah,
expand a bit. I
yeah,
think it's a good idea. I think hey, you get to know more wrestling, and
yeah,
it
absolutely.
it makes it so we're not just sitting around here playing favorites all the time.
Yeah, we're being critical of every company, not just one.
Yeah, and I mean we miss out on some good events, right? But last year we kind of started at the beginning doing it with everybody, and
Yeah,
now people are coming in and out with it, and it's mostly just me and you. And I think we could. There's a couple more things we could watch.
yeah,
We've got a rhythm going.
yeah.
But start so as state of wrestling, I think let's start on AEW.
Okay.
Um, so we've seen this promo by Saraya. I think this is
Yeah,
where I want to start.
yeah, absolutely. I was a little confused when you said that to me. I was a little, and I watched it. I was a little confused on that too.
So first of all, number one, absolutely banger entrance song.
Yes.
Arguably one of the best. Problem, you are and never were a very good wrestler.
No.
You did not carry the women's division. You did not start off the women's like
Revolution.
revolution. Like if anything, maybe Trish Stratus did.
Yeah.
Um,
Trish and Lita, I would say, would be
yeah,
the
and it's like,
they're the catalyst for
but
it.
here's the thing: you're supposed to be a face, and I know for a fact this was not written the way that it came off because no one approved this. This was absolutely maybe Britt knew what you were gonna say, but this was like a work shoot,
Yeah.
and you came in here and you bragged 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 and then expected me to care what you were saying. I already don't like you,
Yeah.
and now you're out here. Like I watch wrestling. Don't ever compare yourself to the best women wrestlers. You
Like
are not in a class at all with them.
Bianca Belair is in a class so far above
Oh,
Soraya.
absolutely.
Soraya, whatever you want to call
I
it.
can name four people in AEW that you're not even in a class with. And
Yeah.
number one, you never ever, and I don't even like her. You never walk into AEW and tell Britt Baker that this is your house. Britt Baker built that entire women's
Women's
division. You
division
have
on her
no
back.
like to me. I understand this is wrestling and it's not real, but you have no right in any world especially when you're trying to be a face and you know
Yeah,
how rabid AEW fans are.
it
You're going
does
to
the
walk in here and say
opposite.
that?
It
Did you
does
hear how
the
the crowd got quiet?
Yeah.
Everyone was like,
well,
what
the
am I
thing
supposed
is,
to do?
this is not the WWE crowd. They're going to cheer when she's Paige. They're going to cheer her no matter what. I think the crowd that goes to an AEW show is a much smarter, more indie savvy crowd. Yeah. And they like who they like. Whether you're a face or a heel, they like who they like.
The majority of AEW fans are widespread wrestling fans that, and I feel like a lot of them came from the ECW and WCW fan base of like, we were looking for something that wasn't WWE.
Something different.
And so for years we've been watching whatever there was, and now we have a company to come to where it's like based around the art of wrestling and not and you came in and you full WWE'd it.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be a face. That was a heel promo.
Yep. The crowd's going to turn. You're going to get a double turn at this event.
And you didn't even let the best female talker in all of AEW say a word.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to get this promo over when you didn't even let her work with you? Like, I'm sorry that I'm so mad about this.
But no, but it's true. It's selfish. It was selfish.
What was the point of this? Yeah. I've been in wrestling for 30 years. Okay. So because you were hand-fed a wrestling career through all of this, and Britt Baker had to work her ass off, she went to university to become a dentist and then became a wrestler.
She is legit a dentist, for those who don't know.
I'm not even a Britt Baker fan. I've said this already 10 minutes ago.
But she is nowhere near a class that Britt
Baker. Her in-ring work is better than Saraya's.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't even think Britt Baker's a good wrestler.
Yeah. She's a lot safer. What is I going to say about Saraya? Saraya, it's this whole, because of her family, she feels like a sense of entitlement almost. And the thing is, what I'm upset the most about this is I'm waiting for that face turn on Jamie Hayter when Britt finally turns on Jamie. And now we may not get it because we may be getting a inadvertent Britt Baker face turn, because the way this crowd is going to be 100% behind Britt.
Yeah, now it will be, because you flubbed the whole situation. So my general hate for the actual wrestler that is Saraya is coming out here. But my real issue with this situation is, as a fan of AEW, you flubbed this whole case because you're supposed to be the face and now you're the heel, but she's also the heel, and everyone,
it's derailing potential storylines that have such great potential, not to use the word twice, but like,
you're right. And as what they would call savvier fans, I don't believe that, but AEW,
smart marks, whatever you want to call them,
they call the AEW fans the smart marks, and they know what just happened. Even if it's a work, you don't say that. Who are you? This is her house. She literally built this place.
You haven't wrestled in 4 goddamn years.
WWE wasn't even your house. You know what I mean?
Neither was Xavier Woods'.
Your fame, your general claim to fame, is a movie where people don't even associate you with the character, because Florence Pugh's such a huge star now that they remember her. They don't even remember it's about you.
Yeah, very true.
It's like, you're a nobody. I'm sorry. Like, just let's stop this. But that bothered me.
I agree. I completely agree with that.
It's like, what was the point of this? And it was a long promo.
Yeah. It took up a good 15 minutes. Yeah.
And Tony Schiavone struggled to get out of the fucking ring. He could not get over the rope. I don't know what that was about, but
but I digress.
Yeah. Okay, so digressing. I know I'm
no, absolutely. That's what these episodes are for.
But like, the card for Full Gear is trash.
It's looking weak. I'll read through the card. Your main event is Moxley versus MJF.
And that's a main event that I wish I never heard. I just watched Logan Paul fight Roman Reigns, and I would rather watch that 100 times before I watch MJF versus
Mox.
John Moxley.
Mox is losing the belt. 100%. Guaranteed.
He's only here to be...
Yeah,
he's a transitional champion. He knows what he is. He understands. But the problem that I have with it is, in the transitional phase, they make him look like a god, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Get beat up for 20 minutes and then do his move and win.
Roman Reigns. Anyways.
Yeah. Never thought we'd say that, but Video Arcade top 10.
Okay, sorry.
Shout out to Nicholas Pickles. So MJF versus Mox for the championship. Then you have the Acclaimed in a rematch against Swerve and Our Glory for the tag team
Which,
championships.
okay, good match, but I don't want this again. Let me have
Yeah.
FTR finally against these guys.
Yeah.
Or give me the Ass Boys even. There's a storyline there. The
Yeah.
storyline here is
Especially after
just,
the whole Happy Birthday, Mr. Ass.
yeah, this storyline to me is done.
Yeah.
Swerve and
It's time to break up this team. And I think this is where we're going to get the breakup of the team.
I don't want it anymore because I think that their chemistry together is so good.
Who, Swerve?
Swerve and Strickland, but
Yeah.
it's just become like they're both would be great singles wrestlers.
Yeah. But they got no place for them. That's why they're in a tag together.
And now there's no place for them in the tag because they're pushing the Ass Boys and FTR's back in the picture and the Bucks are coming back.
Yeah, with those promos. You think that's what it is? Those promos, they're deleting their history, I guess, and starting fresh. Is that what those promos mean?
I don't understand the promos.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah. Kenny Omega. It's
just
like they're
want
being
Kenny
deleted
Omega.
from AEW kind of thing and coming
You know
back as
what? It's
different
time
characters.
for the bad friends to get, or the bad friends. It's time for the best friends to get a push.
Yeah.
They deserve to be tag team champions.
Yeah. But you got Orange right now as your your All Atlantic.
They're going to give them the trios.
Yeah. That's the thing. Orange isn't even on this card.
Yeah. Neither are the trios belts, are they?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any of those guys on like
most of this card are storyline matches that aren't for a title.
Yeah. And then you have the World Championship Eliminator Tournament Final.
What's the point of this?
I don't know.
You're having a championship eliminator match or a whole tournament when there's already a match for the. So as soon as MJF wins, you're expecting me to think that he's going to lose it to whoever wins this?
Yeah, it's going to be at Winter.
It's going to be Lance Archer.
Yeah, he's not even in the tournament
right
now. Right now in the semis, you have three guys. Lance Archer. Yeah, he's fighting. He's going to be. When is it?
He fights Ricky Starks, right?
Yeah, it's this weekend, right? This week. Yeah, and then you have so it's Ethan Page and Bandito against Brian. I think Brian Cage and the winner of Archer versus Starks.
So this is my two things. Bandito's so over and he's so good. I feel like you have to.
He has to win this tournament.
I feel like
then again,
but also,
I love Ethan Page so much.
Page's push. But if it is Ethan Page's push, you're going to make him lose after the MJF because that storyline makes sense.
But that's what I was going to say. That storyline makes the most sense because he kind of turned on Stokely Hathaway and his group there.
Yeah, so I think that does make sense, but it's a weird push. Storyline wise, it makes sense, but push wise, it's like you push this guy just to lose.
Yeah,
that's the Bandito's so good. That match was so good, Rush and Bandito.
Yeah, that when he held him in that vertical suplex, and he's like he's counting, and he's holding him with like one arm. How powerful is this guy?
He's so small too.
Yeah. But and then on the other end, it's basically all the big guys: Archer, Cage, Starks. But
we digress.
Yeah, but I'd like to see finally Ethan Page get his push, get his due. But anyway, then you have Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter for the interim.
Hayter's gonna win. I know this is not even supposed to be us discussing the results, but
yeah, Hayter's gonna. You think Hayter's gonna win the belt?
I think so, and I think that's what's gonna cause the split because Britt Baker's going to be mad that she has the belt.
Okay. Then you have this one. This one looks kind of good though, with the exception of one guy in the match. You have the 4-way match for the ROH Championship: Jericho, Danielson, Castagnoli, and Sammy Guevara.
Unfortunately, Sammy Guevara. Mind you,
why is he getting such a big push?
Sammy's last two matches with Danielson were fantastic.
Yes, but that doesn't make up for what a piece of shit human being
I agree. They can't. Jericho's going to win.
Yeah.
I can't see them taking the belt. Jericho's selling.
Not before final
the pay-per-view. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not before the pay-per-view.
Not before the pay-per-view.
But good match, though.
Yeah.
That'll
be a good match.
This is the kind of thing I wanted from this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
There's only one of it. Well, actually, Hayter versus Storm. I'm
kind of into that one. I'm kind of. Oh yeah. Then you have Jade Cargill against Nyla Rose for the TBS Championship.
I really want Nyla Rose to just destroy her.
Yeah, but I was so upset. Cargill's
Marina Shafir is a really big, really
Legit
strong.
bad. She is a legit
Yeah,
badass.
really skilled wrestler that hasn't been wrestling for that long.
Former MMA fighter,
Yeah.
former UFC
Okay.
fighter.
But she looks the most physically imposing, other than maybe Jade Cargill or Nyla Rose, on that whole roster.
And
She got absolutely,
her husband is Roderick Strong, one of the
yes,
best technical wrestlers out there too.
but she got squashed
By
by
Cargill.
Cargill. And to me, that was nonsense. And then on the last week, they had like a whole thing on Rampage where they fought, and she came out and they're like making jokes at Jade Cargill as they're exiting, and it was like, how am I supposed to feel like you're two tough girls with Vicky Guerrero when I just watched you get absolutely squashed by her?
Yeah.
It just AEW is really struggling to sell the women characters.
Yeah, right now, yeah, I agree. Which leads into the next match too, which is Saraya versus Britt Baker.
I want Britt to squash her, absolutely squash her, and it's not going to happen. Saraya's going to win easily.
Yeah, I think so. And then for some reason, you have Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal against Sting and Darby Allin.
I weirdly want this, but at the same time,
to see Sting and Jarrett together again in a ring.
This whole match is being sold on the fact of Jarrett and Sting. Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal's a great wrestler, so don't get me wrong there.
He's going to be doing most of the work in this match.
Darby Allin has been shoehorned into every pay-per-view all year without a real storyline that matters. And it's just like, I'm tired of it. I get it that people like him and he's a big pillar for the company, but if he doesn't need to be there, stop putting him there. He does the same thing every time. He's going to do a coffin drop.
Yeah.
Off something
He's going to get the shit beat out of him. And
yeah. And it's like, but okay.
I mean, the build is long enough. Eventually Darby's going to turn on Sting, and it's going to be like, I'm tired of living under your shadow. I'm tired of like you taking all the glory because you're the legend. This is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen at this show, but that's eventually going to happen.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And then you have Luchasaurus against Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, in a steel cage match as well.
A payoff that we want. The problem, it's like 7 months later.
Yeah.
We've got zero payoff to this thing without any storyline build. It's just
there's still no Christian won't get his comeuppance yet either. That's the thing. So that's what makes me think Luchasaurus is going over in this match.
Probably.
But the thing is, usually cage matches are the blow off.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, it's. Is
there any more TBD matches? We're gonna get one more match for sure announced.
Yeah, there's gonna be at least another. There's gonna be at least a pre-show match.
There's gonna be a pre-show match, and they have to announce an absolute banger. Like
no Orange Cassidy on this show.
This is what I'm saying. There has
no Lucha Brothers.
There has to be a match that's gonna be announced where it's gonna be like
Death Triangle,
Naito versus you know what I mean? There's gonna be like a Japanese star is gonna come for the All Atlantic title. It has to happen.
Takeshita, maybe.
Okay, it could be.
But I would like Takeshita versus Orange.
It's just like it's a really weird thing here where there has to be one more huge match because this card is so lame.
But that ship is already sailed with what's his name there when they fought on Rampage. Unless it's a rematch.
Maybe it's a rematch. Let's be real. They did Shibata dirty.
Yeah, they did do Shibata dirty.
You're telling me an all-time legend
in Shibata
got beat pretty bad by
Orange Cassidy. I think there may be a rematch coming. I think Shibata may take the belt to Japan.
Yeah, this might be the time, and I think this is a good thing. Maybe you send the best friends and Orange Cassidy over there to win the trios title in New Japan.
Open against
let like
Takahashi and those guys.
Let a team like Rocky Romero and somebody win it, and then there's like a turmoil because they're friends and they don't want to do this, and then they do it and they win.
Well, I think Romero is going to be managing Yo and Leo against Catch 22, the TJP and Francesco Akira.
Do you have anything else AEW?
No, I think we're good with it. That's why I already started transitioning.
Let's transition to New Japan because their card for the next pay-per-view is dog shit.
The historic crossover?
It's so bad. It's all Like we both wanted this to see this to get the Stardom women
Yeah,
like in New Japan, and every match is a no storyline, doesn't matter at
yeah.
all.
It's
Three
all
way,
mixed tag.
four-way tag match, and it's just like who cares?
Yeah,
New
um,
Japan is too hyped up on these stupid 8-man tag matches or
yeah.
6-man tag matches that have no
It's
storyline.
it's it's filler. It's filler material to fill
But this
10,
whole pay
12.
per view is filler.
Yeah, other than the main event,
Yeah,
which is supposed to be
the main two matches, there's like nothing that matters.
yeah, that's true. And this too is a big card. Like it's a large card.
Both of these are very big important events. These are not like your B
Yeah.
level pay per views. Well, this is a new thing for them, but it's supposed to be a huge event.
Yeah, I'm looking forward on the pre-show. They're doing the 15 woman Stardom Rambo. It's kind of like a
That's like, well, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
yeah. You have like Chaos, Ishii, Yoshihashi, Leo, and Leo Rush against House of Torture. So I think that's where they're losing. Do you think they may lose the three trios belt there?
I think you have to.
It's not even because it's an 8-man tag. Never
Oh
mind.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
It's going to set up a storyline for
yeah
them too.
for them because Leo Rush and Yo are there. So I think that's where that's going.
Yeah, because
You
it
have
could be that match that I'm saying could be at Wrestle Kingdom.
yeah. You have this is a full-on 6-woman tag match. Queen's Quest against Donna del Mondo. Tom Lawler and Shuri, the number one on PWI's women's top against Zack Sabre Jr. and Julia. I've seen some of Julia's work. Julia is fantastic.
Yeah, Julia's really good. Well, Shuri's the number one, so we know
Yeah.
that's good. Zack Sabre Jr.
Junior's
good.
fantastic, but then you have
Tom
Lawler.
Lawler. Like, where was the selling point of this match to me?
If you put someone like a Naito in this match or someone of that caliber,
Put Taichi so they have to fight each other or something. Like, I don't understand the logic of what does Tom Lawler have to do with Zack Sabre Jr.?
nothing, absolutely nothing. And after pushing someone like Jonah so hard, we haven't seen him in 2 months.
You know who you could have put there instead of him? You could have put what's that guy's name with the red hair? Oh my god.
Yoshihashi, not Yoshihashi.
No, the other British guy, Alex Zane.
Alex Zane, yeah.
You could have put him there, and that makes sense because they don't like each other, and that would have been a good match.
Yeah, but yeah, the Tom Lawler doesn't make sense. And then you have another 8-person mixed tag match. This is already our third 8-person tag match of the night. Suzuki Gun, Taichi Kanemura versus Melt Ear, which is Nakano and Natsupoi, versus the rest of Suzuki Gun of El Desperado and your boy Dookie.
The Dukester.
Against which is what Momo Watanabe and the Starlight Kid, which at least that's someone of note.
No, Starlight Kid, yeah, that's the only of note in this whole match, except for Taichi.
Yeah, and then you have Tanahashi and Utami against Hiroki Goto and Maika in another mixed tag match.
Okay, that's kind of kind of good.
But where's my boy Shingo? I need a little Shingo on the show.
Yeah, there's no Shingo show.
But you know what? Instead of Tom Lawler, I would have taken El Phantasmo against Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
I
would have put Zack Sabre Jr. No, I would have put El Phantasmo on one team, and I would have put Shingo on the other team.
Yeah.
And Who's My Mommy match.
Exactly. And, El Phantasmo is just like hitting on the women. It'd be hilarious.
Yeah, there you go.
But then you have Chaos of Okada, Toriano, and the Great Muta against United Empire, Great O'Khan, Jeff Khan, Aaron Hanare.
I'm just so fatigued at this point.
Yeah, I'm already tired.
I understand that. Yeah,
and this is going to be a 4.5 hour show.
Listen,
and
Yano is over.
On top of that, we have a wedding the night before.
Yeah, okay, that's already difficult. Yano is over. The fans like him. I understand. Yeah. But on these pay-per-view events, I don't want to see him. He should not be part of anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. It's like
this match is going near the top of the card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's going to end with someone getting taped to a pole.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
Tape on a pole match.
Yeah. This should be a good match. Osprey versus Umino for the
Yes, of
IW.
course. This is going to be amazing.
This is probably going to be match of the night.
This is definitely going to be match of the night.
Unless Iwatani can show me something against Kairi for the
That's
IW.
possible.
Because Kairi Sane is fantastic. Or at least, well, she's Kairi now, but she was in Kairi Sane as in the WWE. She is so good. She is so over. But Iwatani, who's supposed to be this great Stardom wrestler, when we watched her in that match against Kylan King, both of them looked poor in that match.
Yeah, I think it was just
the arena.
The event seemed very poorly
cheap.
Put together. Like
it seemed cheap.
Like you're gonna wrestle her. You're not gonna. You guys don't even have time to talk to each other or plan this match out. She's gonna win. Go.
Yeah,
that's like how a lot of the matches felt.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is a big event. This should
clearly
be
on our
clearly
on our NWA review. We saw Kylan King can go.
Yeah, I've seen her go in AEW. So, yeah.
And Iwatani, they're putting over this huge star. They need to show me something on this show.
Yeah, she's the Okada right now of Stardom, where she's the one that's getting pushed to the top. She's going all the way. Shuri is no longer like the main focus. Starlight Kid is kind of like getting moved to like other titles.
Yeah, exactly. So this should be I see Kairi going over in this match.
I think just to start a bigger feud, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's going to start the Iwatani Kairi feud, where eventually Iwatani will win the belt. Yeah. But when you give a person a championship for the first time, it has to be a well-established name, and I think Kairi is the name to go with.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because she beat Jazzy Gabbert.
Yeah, the Jazzy Gabber. Let's never talk about that again.
Right. But yeah, anything else? And they're also going to be, after this, they're going to be starting the Super Juniors World Tag
I'm excited.
League.
New Japan has me pretty excited. I'm just upset that you're going to get 2 pay-per-views in one weekend with both shitty cards. And it's not, AEW pay-per-views don't come around often.
No.
So when you're getting them, you're expecting to have an event, and it's just not.
And we just had, why don't we get the blow-off, going back to AEW, why don't we get the blow-off match between Joe and Wardlow? Because they just broke up.
That's probably what's going to be announced. You said it. It's going to be a title for title match. Joe Wardlow's going to win both titles. I'm telling you. That's my call.
You think that's what it is?
It shouldn't be Wardlow, because Joe would absolutely beat the shit out of him, but
I don't know. They're promoting Final Battle all around Samoa Joe.
No, yeah, you know what? That's going to happen at Final Battle.
Yeah,
you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, and that's a good match for Final Battle.
Absolutely, I'd take that.
And
Jericho needs to face an ROH legend.
I think they should be another like 3-way or 4-way match with like Christopher Daniels.
You know what? What if they bring back Chris Hero?
Yeah, okay, and fucking put Kenny Omega there.
Yeah,
just to sell tickets.
Just to sell tickets, exactly. Yeah, but I could see them bringing back. Bring back Chris Hero, have him reform the tag with Castagnoli.
Put a new guy, or him, whatever. Have the person who's going to win that match be the person that's going to carry Ring of Honor.
You know what? Jericho versus Wheeler.
Okay.
And have Wheeler, and then Wheeler Yuta is going to carry ROH into the next year.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Wheeler's because really clearly good. There's already the tension between Claudio and all them. The fact that it's going back to a BCC member.
And then you can have a rift happen, and at the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view have Claudio versus Yuta.
Yeah, but you could already see the tension there, right? So it's between. So
Wheeler is not getting along with any of them.
Yeah. So Wheeler's the wild card. I'd like that idea. That's me personally fantasy booking on that.
Not complaining. I'm excited for that pay-per-view.
And that's why Wheeler lost the Pure Championship to Garcia. It frees him up to go after the World Championship. Give him a feud with Garcia for the World Championship, a feud with Danielson for the championship.
I agree. I know, like, I complain about matches like this a lot, but like I'm starting to see a lot of benefit in having fatal 4-ways. Okay, so make a women's match, have Mercedes Martinez, have we're on Ring of Honor now. So
Yeah.
have Mercedes Martinez, bring in an Impact person, bring in Deanna, bring in Taya
Yeah.
Valkyrie, okay? Then bring in someone from
Wow, these
AEW.
transitions are smooth today.
Yeah, see, then bring in someone from AEW,
Yeah.
a wrestler, maybe Tony Storm,
Yeah.
and then
You
bring
know
in
what?
another.
Even someone like we were talking about her, Kylan King.
That's fine. Bring it. No. This is what I'm saying. Bring in Mercedes. Bring in Tony Storm. Bring in Deanna. Bring in
But
Kylan
Tony
King.
Storm as champ though, or
No, because she's gonna
because
lose
she's
to
going to lose to
Hater.
Hater.
You bring her in, or if whoever wins, okay, whoever loses, you bring in Hater or her, and then you do the match, and you let Kylan King win, and you push her as the new face of the women's division in Ring of Honor.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Simple.
I love
For
it.
fatal
It's
four ways, when you have a fatal four way and you make it a spot fest and you let it get a little bit out of hand and like violent, those are the best
but the
matches.
thing is, and for me, like you said too, the fatal four way works a little better than the triple threat because the triple threat, it's always one on one with one
Yeah,
person off to the
and
side.
it doesn't make sense to me. It
No,
doesn't work.
and as good as that one, like going back to the NWA show we reviewed yesterday, you had your two main events, the women's match and the men's match, were all both triple threat matches, and we saw that it fell victim to the
Yeah,
Kylan King on the outside, or no, not Kylan King, Chelsea
Chelsea
Green
Green
on the
every time
outside,
on the
yeah,
outside.
Matt Cardona,
Tyrus.
husband and wife. How about that? On the
Yeah,
outside all the time.
but it
But
was. I agree with you, and you're gonna sell me on a match more than you telling me it's Jay White versus Adam Page, then you saying it's Jay White versus Okada versus Adam Page versus Adam Cole, and now I'm like, oh crap, this is four fucking good wrestlers. Now you got me.
yeah, now you got me sold. Yeah.
Um,
Like even what they did on AEW on the last one, where they did the four-way match between Tony Storm and
yeah,
Jamie Hayter and like I forgot who else.
just do this. No more. If you're gonna do tag matches and it's gonna be 2-on-2, I'm okay. If you're
Yeah,
doing three or four tag teams, tornado, all six people wrestling
have
at
to be in
once.
the ring. Yeah,
I don't want any tagging, or at least have one person from every team in the ring. Like I don't want,
yeah.
oh, I got to tag my team, not let the other guy die. I don't like that nonsense.
But
If
if
you're
you're doing
like,
a 3-on-3 tag match, I want
yes, that's okay.
shenanigans on the outside. I want
Yeah,
want
give me
that.
outside shenanigans. I'm okay
Yeah,
with that. If you're gonna have two people come out, if you're gonna have the Bunny and Tay Conti come out, I want to see them fight outside. I don't
yeah.
want them to just both stand at ringside for no purpose. And like, I'm so happy, by the way, the Bunny's wrestling on
Yes, she's
this
back
week,
in the ring. Yeah,
and she's so good. And I just hate that she keeps
she's
getting injured.
she's injury prone. Yeah,
But like, if anyone's never seen the match between her and Anna Jay with
mm,
Penelope Ford and take Ty Conti.
yeah.
Well, that's a really hardcore ass match for a
Go watch
women's
that.
match.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't have anything else Ring of Honor, but
No, I'm.
WWE
Yes, let's move on to that.
Impact. I don't have anything either, but I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready for Impact. Like, well, I mean, what do you got for Impact? You don't have.
Chelsea Green's gonna leave.
Yep.
That's gonna be a big mistake.
Who's the next? Who's the next opponent for Josh? You think?
I
Because right
want it
now
to be Bobby Fish.
you
I
think they'll go
want it
that
to be
route?
Bubba, but it's not gonna be.
Well, Bubba is the next match, I think, because he won that battle royal, remember?
Oh yeah, so okay, I'll take that. That's fine with me.
But Bubba won't win. I think the Bubba match
Bubba's here to put him over.
is yeah, huge put him over. Yeah.
And
And,
this is the thing, I've applied this logic to my real life now. Like I do things at work where I apply wrestling. I'm like, wait, I'll just put this person over.
makes me look good
It
after.
makes me look good. It makes them look good. Like I learned like these little techniques of like the way that you talk. Like this is a work shoot.
Yeah,
Like
give him the hot tag.
yeah, and it's like it's really been working. My work
Good.
life has never been better because I just treat it like I'm at Raw. Every day is a new episode.
Is a new
Um,
episode. Okay, good.
okay, but yeah, Impact. I don't really have anything else.
I
It's
mean, yeah,
sad.
like I mean, I don't know
Yim's
when we're
gone.
gonna get. When do you think we'll get it at Overdrive? Is it Overdrive? That is TV.
Overdrive's this weekend.
It is. It's an Impact. Like it's one of those TV.
He's
It's not a
wrestling
pay.
somebody. Josh is wrestling somebody.
Is it? It's not okay.
Yeah, I can't remember what the match is. And Bubba's facing Moose.
Okay. Again.
Yeah, well, whatever. That's fine. Moose needed
Yeah.
to do something. He's been super stale lately.
Yeah.
But
Which.
they're getting their women's division was stacked, and I'm worried now. Yim is gone.
Yep.
Green is going to be gone.
which we'll
What's
get into that when we touch on WWE.
what's
Green's
gonna
going to go
happen when Perazo's contract expires?
Kazarian.
Kazarian.
Yeah. Actually, this card isn't looking half bad.
No, it's not bad.
Like Black Taurus versus Trey Miguel,
Hey, I'll take that.
Alexander Kazarian.
And
Well,
then
you
they
got
have
Heath and
the
Rhino
X
against Myers and Cardona.
and the X Division tournament finishes on that night.
That's the one. Taurus against Trey Miguel.
But that's not the finals.
Yeah.
Mike Bailey's still in it, isn't he?
No. Mike Bailey lost to Trey Miguel by a
Oh,
DQ.
okay. So I missed that whole step.
Heath and Rhino against Myers and Cardona.
Yeah.
If Heath and Rhino retain, we know Cardona's gone too.
Yeah. And also, it's time for a push for Mike Bailey.
Yes. Then you have your favorite, Pinky McGee there, Jessica, Taya Valkyrie, and Rosemary against Savannah Evans and Tasha
Oh,
Steelz.
Jungle Juice.
Jungle Juice, yeah.
I just, you know what? Give me more Killer Kelly and just dump all the rest of this.
Bubba versus Moose. And Mickey James versus Taylor Wilde, career versus career match.
Oh, it's a career match. No kidding. Two Canadians going to have a Canadian match?
But only Mickey James. If Mickey James loses, her career is done again. So clearly Mickey James
she hasn't been losing because she beat Chelsea Green, and that's why everyone thinks Chelsea Green is done.
Yeah. So
and that was actually a good match.
Actually, I'm kind of looking forward to this now. I'm gonna watch this.
I'm gonna watch it. It's on Friday, so I'm gonna be. It'll be easy to get it in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so anyways,
would you watch? Where do we watch it here in Canada? Is it Fight T? No.
Hey, we're gonna talk about this afterwards. All right, I'll tell you. I have a plan. So, anyways, that's Impact.
It's Impact. It was. We'll brush over that.
NWA. WWE. I want one more thing. NWA losing Nick Aldis is huge. They're starting to lose a lot of their star power because they can't afford it. They are arguably the smallest main name company that exists.
Yeah.
They need to.
What if it's Aldis versus Jericho?
I'll take that. They need to combine MLW and NWA.
Yeah, they're already. You can already see it there.
Yeah, like if they don't do a full combination, I think you just have to plan it so all the pay-per-views are MLW but like
I know Court Bauer and Billy Corgan are like really good friends.
Yeah, that's why you see it a lot there.
Yeah,
and it's not like they don't have money, but it's like if you want them to grow, either one of the companies, I think working together is your best bet.
Yeah, like for Billy, I don't think he's making money off of NWA. Like this is just a passion
thing.
It's a passion project for him. Yeah,
and if it does eventually grow, then he will make money.
Yeah,
right. Either way, we digress. That's all I wanted to say about that.
But with that, we'll move into the WWE. Chelsea Green, that's probably the topic at hand. Moving from Impact to WWE, she'll probably do a few indie shows before. Like I said, it's either a surprise entrant at the Women's Royal Rumble match, or a WrestleMania surprise opponent, or Night After Mania debut. But it's happening.
It's gonna happen. Mia Yim showed up. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm upset that she's there, but like they need that.
She's joining the club, the OC, whatever you want to call them. So it makes it weird.
Also took away all of the real storylines we wanted for that, though. Like putting her in it takes away the Beth Phoenix storyline. It also takes away the possibility of it being Rodriguez,
Edge.
Whatever it is.
Raquel
it takes
Rodriguez.
away. It removes Edge. It removes Rey Mysterio now. So now we're in this weird place of like, what are we doing here?
It's Bullet Club versus Bullet Club, I think.
What I want is Kenny Omega. And
never happened, but
can I get Kenny Omega versus Jay White versus AJ Styles versus Prince Devitt? Just a one-time only match.
Just a one-time only. Do it at the New Year's show with Muda and Nakamura.
And make it tables, ladders, and chairs. But anyways,
I digress.
Yeah, I'm kind of like weird with that storyline. Yeah. I do want. They're having a lot of injuries right now in WWE, and they're really struggling. And they're bringing in a lot of new people. There's all these plans for more new people to come, but they don't have positioning for people, and there's not enough belts. There's not enough categories for people to be in. I think, like I said, you need a Euro, you need a TV championship, one on each show.
And now they just got rid of a belt.
Yeah.
Did you see that where
Yeah, I did.
and she completely missed the trash can?
But yeah, 24/7, get rid of that.
Yeah,
That's okay.
7-Eleven, whatever. As
It's but like you need a trios,
yeah,
and I think
you need to split the belts up. Okay. Thank you. Usos, you have your longest reign, combined reign of champions now. Lose one of the belts.
yeah, and give Rick Roman lose one of the belts too. Let him keep the one he's had the longest and
Yeah.
give up the other one. It just doesn't make sense. You need two more singles belts on top of this. You need a
Yes.
trios belt. You need arguably a cruiserweight belt.
But see, that's the thing too. The thing is too, R-Truth is hurt. I think what could have happened, well, I mean, they could do this with Tozawa now, but Tozawa doesn't have the same name recognition as R-Truth had. Can you imagine, like, Nikki Cross throws the belt in the trash? R-Truth comes along and finds it and he renames it something else or something. You know what I mean? Like, this way it keeps a title in the pick. Like, change the format, change the rule, but like,
Yeah, but my
Truth
thing
hurt
is,
himself against what's his name there?
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
If you have a trios belt, let's say, make a belt, make two belts. I don't care. The trios, cruiserweight, whatever. This is not
Yeah.
my point. You make the new belts and you make it so you don't have a choice every single pay-per-view. That belt is on the line. So it doesn't. So it's just like an
Like a
open
TV
challenge.
championship.
Exactly, like a TV championship. So they don't have a choice. It has to be defended. So this way, your pay-per-views gain one extra match, and it's a title match. Always, you know it's going to be there. There's going to be a match for this title.
Yeah. That's true.
And
Like,
it
I
just
mean, that's
like,
the thing. SummerSlam is only what, 10 days away
yeah,
from this point?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, sorry. But there's only three official, like,
And
two
I,
official match
yo, dude,
announcements, two
I'm
with participants, one that doesn't have any participants yet.
I'm already so over the Bray Wyatt thing.
Yeah,
Like,
they're going
is
nowhere
that
with it.
weird? I'm so over it already. I was so happy at first, and now I just don't care anymore. And the whole Alexa Bliss thing is just pissing me off.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man.
It's
WWE is in a
they
weird
squandered.
place of
I knew this was gonna
getting
happen.
better, but it's getting going backwards in
I knew
places.
they were going to squander the Wyatts. I knew that was going to happen. They should have pulled the trigger on something already. This buildup is way too long. And the payoff for this buildup has to be huge at this point. You can't just have him in a rant, his first match back. The way you're building this up, this has to be Wyatt versus Roman Reigns at
Yeah,
Rumble. And Wyatt has to win
I agree.
because any other match will not make sense. You can't bring in a star like Wyatt, put all this hype behind him, and his first match back is against MVP or almost, or Braun
It's
Strowman.
they're having issues for
Like,
every like they're making progress, but it's like two steps forward, one step back. So they are getting ahead, but they're every time they think they're getting farther and farther ahead, they're moving backwards a little bit.
backwards, yeah.
And it's just like I don't know. Like they're still struggling with storytelling.
You know what I'd like to see? What I'd like to see with Wyatt. I just mentioned it that I didn't want to see it, but you know what? This makes sense. You know, Wyatt's going on about being a monster, a monster, a monster. Braun Strowman, I'm the only monster, blah, blah, blah. And Wyatt's, you know, I created you. You're a monster because I created, and then have Wyatt just squash Strowman in his first match back. That will build something at least because there's history there with the Wyatt family. You know what I mean? Like it's something.
Well, here's your problem. Sorry.
That's okay.
Here's the problem.
It's late at night, guys.
When WWE builds storylines, this is what happens. So he'll beat Braun Strowman. The next match will be Braun Strowman and two people against Bray Wyatt and two people. And then that will end. Then the feud still won't be over. Then there's going to be a match with like four people against four people. WWE has this really backwards ass booking of like extending out feuds by just adding more people to it, and it's like you're not helping the storyline.
Kind of like what they're doing with the OC and
yeah, just let it go. So yeah, the OC versus Judgment Day. Okay, so but what's going on with Edge now in Judgment Day, and what's going on with Rey Mysterio in Judgment Day? Because those never ended. There was no blow off to those matches. You only added more fuel to the fire and then pushed it aside.
You know what it's going to be? It's going to be Rey Mysterio eliminating Dominic at the Royal Rumble.
Okay, I'll take it.
which will lead to a match at Mania. I think that's where that blow off is going to be.
Yeah, I don't think I think Edge needs to come back too. I
Yeah,
think I'm guessing he's probably injured and they're just not telling us.
that's what that, and he's off filming some movie or something.
Just the way she goes.
Yeah. Yeah, but really they have like half a match announced for the women's war games match. No people announced for the men's war game. We're assuming it's going to be Judgment Day and OC. They need one more person there, but
So what's announced right now?
basically Rousey versus Shotzi for the championship, and Belair, Bliss, and Asuka with 2 TBDs against Damage Katarl, Bailey, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and another TBD.
So
And men is TBD versus TBD.
it's gonna be these are gonna be two. I said this. Okay. The two TBDs on the other team is gonna be Naomi and Bianca or
Sasha.
Sasha Banks. And then the other person is gonna be another returning person that we're not expecting. It's gonna be like a big name that has been side. Don't be surprised if it's like Nia Jax or Nia Jax or whatever the hell her name is.
You really think so?
No, I don't, but I think it's gonna be someone like that. Like someone you're
Because I
not
think she's
thinking.
done with wrestling. Watch it.
Yeah,
Watch
I
it be
hope
like
so.
a weird fizzle, like Tamina or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Charmaine.
Maybe it's Charlotte.
It could be. It's going to be someone returning, either from injury or by contract signing. It's going to be because you're not just going to do that on one side. There's a reason that it's left the way that it is.
Yeah, it's open ended.
Yeah,
And
maybe
Sasha versus Bailey makes sense.
is there any other Japanese wrestlers that they have that are women that have beef with Asuka?
Saray.
So
But I
maybe
think Saray's hurt though.
maybe they bring back that NXT UK girl that I never remember her name, even though she's a legend. She's a friggin' legend, and I never remember her name.
Sakamoto. Is this Sakamoto? I can't remember, but yeah. I don't know. But yeah, that could be something. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like there's only like 10 days left, and there's nothing.
Okay, so wait. You said that. Event. What was the other match? You said 2 matches. The other one's just TBD versus TBD for the men's match.
The men's match, which I'm guessing that there's gonna be one person added to each team, whether it's a returning Edge to round out the OC, and somebody from I don't know who else from can join
Rey Mysterio.
Judgment Day though?
No, on the other team.
The whole thing is Rey won't face his son. That's why he left SmackDown or left for SmackDown.
Dude, I don't know. I'm not going to even speculate on that match. The women's match is much more clear cut to me.
Yeah. We're definitely going to get a Happy Corbin match.
Unfortunately. Okay, are we going to get the Miz versus Dexter Lumis?
Yeah, I think we'll get that one.
I think that's going to be like the opener match.
Yeah.
There's going to be 6 matches. 2 of them are going to be War Games matches, and we already know about the women's match. Yeah. So there's going to be maybe one of the men's titles has to be on the line.
Maybe the tags?
Maybe the tags.
Do you think we get a Gunter match? Well, we're going to get a Rollins match for sure.
Okay, so if we get Rollins, then the other 2 matches are just going to be feud matches. It's going to be Dexter Lumis and the Miz, and then just some other random match.
It'll probably be Rollins versus Lashley.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah. Speaking of Rollins, let's talk about what happened last week.
Tell me.
About Austin Theory cashing in his Money in the Bank on a down and out Seth Rollins and still gets the shit kicked out of him.
I like
There's talks that Austin Theory's gone. Like,
I hope not to AEW. He's not a bad wrestler. He's not a good character. He's not ready yet for the big time. He was pushed far too soon without any fan appreciation of what he was doing.
Yeah.
And now you've squashed him and he serves no purpose to you in your company. So I wouldn't blame them. Maybe he's getting NXT'd.
Yeah, I could see him going back. I wouldn't mind a Breaker versus Theory feud.
That would work because he carries enough weight that that match is worth watching.
Or even a Theory versus Wesley for the North America.
Yeah,
that's more his style.
Yeah.
So I could totally see something like that. I don't think they should release the guy, to be honest,
No.
but he needs time to develop.
Yeah. It's like I said, if you're gonna bring the belts in, throw a Euro on one show, throw TV on another one, maybe
Yeah,
put the trios as across all your company's belt, throw a cruiserweight title into the NXT
yeah,
mix.
they did, and they got rid of it.
Yeah, but that's
They
because they let it live on 205 most of the time.
yeah, but what's his name? Legado de Fantasma. There, he had the 205 championship for a while with JD McDonough. There was that feud there, and then they combined it with I think the North American belt.
You hold the rights to the WCW title names. Like I said, television title keeps saying that. But you have the Euro. Bring back the cruiserweight. Just call it the cruiserweight, and
Yeah,
people will have it. Has name recognition. Chris Jericho had it.
yeah,
Like all these guys had it. Ultimo Dragon. Like,
yeah.
dude,
Put
wow.
that in place of the 24/7, and do something like I think the TV title would work on SmackDown.
Yeah, and you make all three of those titles, including the trios title. Like I know I'm just throwing names out there constantly, but you make all four of those titles inter promotional titles.
Yeah,
The Euro can go anywhere, the TV can go anywhere, the cruiserweight can go anywhere, and the trios can go anywhere.
and to be fair too, and if this were Vince still running it, they would be the SmackDown champion and the Raw championship, and the belt would just have the company logo, like the Raw logo, and
Yeah,
this.
enough. Bring back different pictures.
Yeah,
Like how come NXT all the belts have different things?
yeah. Like I really like the design of the North American Championship. It's a nice
So do
belt.
I. It reminds me of what belts used to look like. I actually like the tag titles.
Yeah,
But I don't know. We'll see. I don't have anything else.
I like the fact too that it's not just a big company logo in the middle.
Yeah, you bring back the eagle.
Yeah,
Bring back the
which they
big gold
did.
belt
Which they
and the
did.
eagle.
The U.S. Championship technically is the new Eagle belt.
Yeah, I
It's
still
just
want. I still want to
the original. But
make
that's
the
the thing
Raw
too.
title the eagle and make the SmackDown title the gold belt, the big gold belt. That's it.
Yeah, bring back the big gold belt. I totally take that. But that's the thing too. Like now that they put the title on Rollins, he's been off the last pay-per-view. So he needs to be like without Roman Reigns, it has to be either Rollins who can main event with the US belt because Gunther right now is not at that level to main event with the IC belt.
I
Gunther's a
think
workhorse, but he's not a main event guy right now.
I think the cages are coming down and the women's and men's match are going to be the main events. I don't think they're going to go for an extra
No, no,
match
no.
at the
I'm
end.
just talking about
Oh
events
yeah,
moving
yeah,
forward
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because you may get Roman at the Royal Rumble. You won't get him. Like, what's gonna be the point of the Elimination Chamber,
I don't know.
right? Because the Rumble winner will face Roman Reigns no matter what.
Yeah.
So what's
See,
the
but
point?
it doesn't make sense. The Rumble winner faces Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Okay. But then there's all this talk about WrestleMania Hollywood. The Rock is coming to fight Roman Reigns. So are they going to make The Rock do the Royal Rumble to get there? And
maybe
then
the
there's a
Rock
lot
wins.
of talk about John Cena coming to fight. I can't remember who they're planning to make him fight, but it's just like, okay, it just doesn't make sense to me
It
because they're,
doesn't.
they're
No.
not going to let The Rock win the title because he's going to leave again.
Yeah,
So why is there any talk of this happening if the person who wins the Royal Rumble is going to face Roman Reigns
and
and
do the
it's
same
not?
thing.
It just doesn't make sense. I don't understand what they're going for. I'm completely lost in that
But then again, who
vein
beats
of
the Rock? Roman
storytelling.
Reigns again? They need to find a way to split the belts. That's what they need to do.
That's all you need to do. It's so simple. The SmackDown belt is on the line tonight. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was difficult.
Or what my thing has been the whole time. One taps out Roman Reigns while the other one pins him. Two separate winners. One ref counts one ref counts the other.
It's just okay. Once you have both belts, it doesn't mean that they transfer over in pairs. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
If I'm fighting someone from SmackDown, they only win the SmackDown belts. If I'm fighting someone from Raw, they only
They only
can
win
win the Raw belt.
Yeah. That makes sense too.
That's such an easy way to do it. Like so simple. You're from
Yeah.
Raw. You can
You know
only
what?
win
It's Drew
Raw.
McIntyre. You're from SmackDown. You're going after the Universal Championship.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Seth Rollins. You're on Raw. You're just going after
And
the World
change those
Championship.
stupid ass names. The SmackDown and the Raw. Simple. No more Universal and Worlds. Like that doesn't. Universe is bigger than a world. Do you realize that, right?
Yeah, and that's why that title's supposed to mean more.
It's a SmackDown belt.
It's blue.
Okay, I understand the TV rights situation. I definitely understand it. But you will never in your entire life try to tell me that SmackDown is more important than Raw. Raw is like the longest running wrestling show,
Yep. It's always been the flagship show
but somehow SmackDown is.
because of Fox.
But SmackDown is actually a far lesser quality show than Raw is.
Yeah. But they're pushing SmackDown because it's Fox. Fox has more money. Fox has the clout, I guess. It's a more recognizable name, Fox Sports.
Yeah, well, USA Network's a little tiny channel. I don't even know how they pay for Raw.
NBC. They're owned by NBC.
Is it? They got bought by NBC?
Peacock, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's where the money comes from there.
Peacocks.
Yeah. Dalton Castle, Peacock Power. But yeah, they need to split up the belts. They need to introduce another belt on each show. Yeah, that's the thing too. I just realized, like in that women's match, you have the champion and the tag championship women's in one match.
None of them are on the line.
Yeah. Right now, the only title on the line is the SmackDown Women's Championship with Rousey versus Shotzi.
That's a good match though.
Yeah, I'll take Shot. If Shotzi can
if Shotzi doesn't go full botch fest, then it could be a great
it's a
match.
one-on-one and it's non-gimmick, so I think she'd be okay. Because that match she had against Lash Legend in NXT was actually really good.
Yeah, you told me to watch it. I forgot. I just want to see Shotzi versus what's her name? Io Sky's partner, Dakota
Kai.
Dakota Kai,
former tag team.
Yeah, and that storyline to it, and the fact that they look exactly the same.
You know what it could be? The TBD, Dakota Kai's the other partner, Tegan Knox.
Possible.
I just thought about that too.
And she's not in the company, right?
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
so
she could be joining Damage Control.
Yeah, so Tegan Knox joins there, and then you have a returning Naomi and.
You know what you can never have too many of?
Belts.
Factions and belts. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have, with Naomi and Sasha coming back, there's another tag team to challenge for the belts.
Yeah, because Alexa Bliss is going to go somewhere. Something's about to happen with Alexa Bliss.
She's going to end up with Wyatt. They've already teased it.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
And then Liv Morgan's going to do this whole Harley Quinn thing.
Yeah. I just hope they don't bring back the Lily, the doll.
Oh, it's coming back.
Oh, dear God. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's what we touched on for this month in wrestling. Anything else you need to add to that?
Zero.
We touched on everything we needed to touch. So that sounded wrong. With that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Once again, subscribe, ring that bell. Whenever there's a wrestling episode, you will know. So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see y'all next time.